So today we are going to start learning about programming. The first concept is, so what is programming and why we are learning programming? Okay. So every program is to develop applications only. But in general, how can we understand easily what is programming? For example, there is one person and the person want to communicate with another person. Like the person want to talk with this person. Why? Because there is a task. First person want to go to outside for coffee and the person want to take his friend also. How the conversation is? Conversation is, hi, we both go out, have some coffee and we'll come back. And we'll come back. So this is like a conversation. So what is the conversation of this task is having tea. Having tea or coffee with a friend. Having tea or coffee with a friend. But here for conversation, set of instructions required. In the same way, if you want to communicate with the machine, if you want to communicate with the computer, if you want to communicate with the computer, you need to pass instructions to the computer. You need to pass instructions, set of instructions to the computer. The set of instructions is called program. Program is a set of instructions used to communicate with the machine. How you are communicating with your friend, now you can communicate with the computer also. Sir, why we need to communicate with the computer? What is the requirement of communicating with the computer? Just with a simple example. If I ask 2 into 3, the quick answer is a 6. But if my question is a 234 in 456, the question is what? Use calc. Nothing but use the machine to do complex operations. Use the machine to do the complex operations. Here, why we are using the machines? To perform the complex operations easily, we use the machines. Okay. How can you communicate with the machine? We need to prepare set of instructions. So that is technically called a program. Sir, here, now I want to go with my friend to have some coffee. Sir, do I need to pass instructions in English language only? No. Depends on the place. You can go with English. You can go with Hindi. You can go with Telugu, Tamil, and anything. We can use a different programming you can use a different languages to share the instruction set for communication. In the same way, to prepare this program, you can use a C or you can use a C++ or you can use Java, Python, .NET, anything we can use. Using any programming language, we are defining the programs. We are defining the programs. So once program is ready, You can pass all these instructions as an input to the machine. That is. Okay. And here, one more thing is there. One more thing. So what machine understands? What machine understands? That is only binary language. Machine understands only binary language, ones and zeros. We can also call it as machine code. Just ones and zeros only it will understand. But using programming language, if you write any code, it's looking like English statements. Let's say addition of two numbers, adding them and printing them. Like English instructions only. Using any programming language, if you write instruction set, C, Java, Python, no matter. If you write instruction set that is looking like a English statements only, that is actually called source code. Is actually called what? Source code. Sir, who will understand this source code? Who has written? Programmer. Source code means what? High level instruction set. Like in English. Like English. Who will understand? Only programmer will understand. Only programmer will understand. The machine cannot understand. Machine understands only what? Machine code is a binary code. Then someone should translate the high level instruction set into machine level. The translator is called compiler. Compiler translates the same source code into machine code. Then we are passing that machine code as an input to the computer. This we are passing as an input. Then it will process and it will generate the output. It's very simple. So based on that, let me write a sum of the definitions. What is program? What is program? Program is a set of instructions. What is programming language? Programming language is used to define programs. What is source code? High level instructions understandable by programmer only, not machine. What is compiler? Compiler converts source code into machine code. Machine understands what type of instructions? Binary instruction set only machine will understand. This is the simple way of understanding the things. Easiest way. Okay, next one. So using programming languages, we are developing applications. Applications means what? Softwares. But here it is mainly two types of applications are there. Let me explain first. Then I will give clarity what we need to learn one after another. Okay. Two types of applications are there. One is called standalone application, or we can call it as a desktop applications. So this is our requirement is a web applications. Standalone applications means what? It's very simple. That application run from single machine only. And you must install. The third one is internet connection is not required. No internet. If you see some of the examples, you will get clarity. Okay. First one is OS, operating system. If you want to play any videos like a VLC player, all-in-one player, right? So anything, GOM player. To prepare the Excel sheets like MS Office, PowerPoint and all. If you heal the virus like antivirus, all these are comes under what? Desktop applications. First of all, you have to download and install in your computer. But once it is installed successfully, you can open anytime and you can use it. Your system no need to connect to the internet. The second one is a web applications. Web applications. Web applications. Yes. Web applications run in a network where multiple systems connected. Multiple systems connected. That is. Do we need to install? No, not required. So no need to install. No need to install. But what is required? Internet connection is required. Every time, if you want to open, we must use internet. The best examples, Gmail, the YouTube, Insta, WhatsApp, like a rail reservation system, any e-commerce application, Amazon, Flipkart, all these are comes under banking application. So everything, all are comes under what? Web applications. Two types of applications we can develop, standalone applications and web applications. But now mainly everyone is looking for those who can develop web applications. Those are called full stack developers, or anyone is looking for the people, those who can able to develop the web applications. They are recruiting the people, those who can develop the web applications. Here again, if you go with that web application, every web application contains three parts, three areas. So first of all, we need to understand what is the purpose of application. What is the purpose of software? Let's say if I'm taking banking application, just consider what is the main purpose of banking application? Only two things. It will store all account holders information. Account holders means what? Customers. All account holders information. Second one is what? Doing operations on information. Like withdraw, deposit, money transfer, and all these things. First step is where it will store the information like account number, balance, name, PAN card details, address. That is called information. Na? Where the information stored permanently means in the database. Where the customer's information stores. In the database, they will store the information. How it will store? In the record format, that information will store. Let's say, for example, account details, banking application only. Okay, it will store account number, account holder name, balance, PIN number like IFSC, everything, PAN card, all the details it will store. In the table format, each record it stores perfectly. And this is what account details. But how it will store? How to create, okay, how to store, how to do all these operations. For that, one software is required. That software name is a database management system. So many softwares are there. Database management systems means what? Oracle, MySQL, okay, SQL Server, MongoDB, no matter. So many softwares are there. Just an example, if you want to browse, there is no strict rule that you have to use Google Chrome only. Google Chrome is there. Microsoft Edge is there. Mozilla Firefox is there. Opera Mini is there. Yes or no? In the same way, like if you want to play videos in your system, right, you can go with the different players, VLC player, or directly Windows Media Player, GOM player, Flash player, anything you can use. So to store the information permanently, that too in a structured format, one software is required. But all these things based on the concept called SQL. So this is an important one to understand because in most of the interviews, they will ask the questions on SQL. So this is one part. We need to learn database. And from where you are storing the data? We are storing the information from UI. That is what client. It is also called front end. Is also called what? Front end development. Let's say, for example, banking application only. One person came and want to take the account from the bank. Okay, first they will collect the information by giving one form. Let's say, for example, take the form and fill all your details means what? Yes, we fill all the details and we will submit back to any person, clerk or manager, whoever. Then here exactly we create the form as a programmer. Account number to enter, account holder name to enter, what is the initial balance, all the details, and simply finally one button is called, let's say, create. Let's say create button we are using. Okay, here that information what you are providing here, let's say any name and balance, it is collecting from this front end. That front end means what? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Here, we are getting the information and we are storing into this database, but not directly possible. Between there is a server side programming. Means it's very simple. Java developers use Java, Python developers use Python, .NET developers use a .NET program. Here they will use. Why? Why means very simple. Whenever they click on create, this background server side program is responsible for taking the input, collect input from UI, HTML. Second one, it has to store in the database now. So connect to database connection. After connecting to the database, got it? Insert the data. After inserting the data, get result successfully inserted or not. Then finally, display result to the user successfully displayed or not. That's all. So how many parts we have to learn to become the developer, to get the job? It's very simple. Server side programming, we start with the basic parts of core Java or core Python. This is programming. Backend, it's very, very easy once you are good at programming part. And next one is a front end, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Later, you can go with some advanced React.js also. So the points are, what is the purpose of learning programming? Conclusion I'm giving. What is the purpose of learning programming? It's very simple. To develop applications. How many types of applications are there? Standalone as well as web applications. Web application again consists how many parts? One is a front end. We can call it as a UI development. First, we should start with the basic part, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And more advanced, if you want to learn React, you can become a React developer. As a backend means what? This is what, like if you go with the Java, first core Java, next advanced Java, then this is Spring and Hibernate we need. If you are going with the Python, is the same. First core Python, next advanced Python, next Django or Flask, any one framework. If you go with the .NET, first same, core means C#.NET, advanced means ASP, then MVC. Next database. Database is common for all. We can say that SQL. Of course, Java students and .NET Python students attend MySQL, .NET students attend SQL Server. No matter whatever, just SQL. Whenever you are good at all these areas, then you will become a full stack developer. But parts, slowly, we need to learn. One by one, we need to learn. That is. This is just like an introduction part of how we are going to discuss the things in the future.